Hi guys, this is Vishal here from Trapcode. So in this video, we will understand how to implement login or sign up via email OTP. So we have mechanism where people can log in through OTP sent to their registered email address or to their mobile number. Like there's a very generic use cases where people don't want to remember their password. They want to log in with some 6-digit or 4-digit OTP sent to their mobile phone or their email, right? Or even a lot of time people even want to implement sign up process where they just put their email or phone number, you send them OTP, they enter that OTP and they sign up, right? So we'll see how we can implement that flow in Trapcode. So in this video, we will be checking about the login flow, sign up flow. We can also do the same thing via email, right? So not SMS, via email, but the same can be done with SMS also. So for that, we have a project where we have a SendGrid plugin installed, which basically sends email. Okay, so we have already installed it. And now we want to implement login via OTP. We have this email OTP, right? So this is for email authentication, right? Enable user to secure login with OTP, right? So I will install. So it is asking me which email service you want to use send email. So as of now, we have only SendGrid installed. So we'll choose SendGrid. So you can have Amazon AWS SES. There's a default service by Trapcode also, and then SendGrid. So here we are using SendGrid. It is saying role. So let's say if we are signing up, right, which role the person should have. So this will leave because, or let's say we'll say project manager, because we are not implementing sign up here. Okay, and this role you can also give in the events, and then log in immediately after sign up. So this is a use case where basically if you are implementing sign up, you want person to log in immediately, or you say, okay, now you have signed up, log in separately, right? So both options are there. So here we'll just implement the login flow. So I install this plugin, email OTP, right? So now if I go to my collection, I'll see some changes, right? So in the user collection, you see a couple of fields got created: email OTP expiry, email OTP token. So these are the fields which get created when you install this plugin. So this is the actual OTP which has been sent to the email. This is the expiry. So each OTP comes with an expiry, let's say 24 hours or 2 hours or 10 minutes, right? So the email will expire, OTP will expire, and this you can configure in the plugin, right? So when we are in the plugin, you can actually see what is the length. So let's say instead of 4-digit, I want to send 6-digit. Expiry in second, it's 300 seconds, which is like 5 minutes. You can change it to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Whatever you want to do. So you are in complete control, right? And third is the token. This is basically a unique UUID which identify this OTP, right? So this basically process, right? So each person has its own token. This is all temporarily token, so which goes in the URL so that no one guesses or identify for which user this OTP is and what is the OTP value, right? So these are the 3 fields which got generated. Apart from that, you go to the event. There are no events, but actually there are 2 actions which get generated, which is in the OTP. You see this generate OTP and validate OTP. So these 2 we are going to use. This is a test event. Ignore it for now. And in the components, we have 2 components got created. Again, one form to take the email, and then second form to basically validate the OTP, right? So here, if you search for component, you see 2 components: OTP authenticator, OTP generate OTP, and then authenticate OTP, right? So for in all the process, first we'll generate OTP. The OTP will go to the user's email address, and then we'll authenticate the OTP, right? So that they can log in. So now let's do this flow. So first of all, I'll go and create a page. So let's start from beginning. So I'll create a page. I'll say the very first page is login via OTP, login via email OTP. Okay, you can have login via email OTP, you login via SMS OTP, sign up using OTP, or like page's name you can give whatever you want to give. Okay, so I'll say login via email OTP. So blank page got created. Now I put that component which is OTP generate form, right? OTP generate form. So this is event which say OTP generate method, where which method you are using here. So we are using email, so I choose email. Now it is asking me to choose the event, right? That what event will work when person form click this form, right? We don't have an event, so we'll create an event and then we'll come back here. So for now, I'm just creating the pages. So let's say I'll say okay, and this button, let's say send OTP. This side I've done. Now let's create one more page. So this is another page for validation, right? And then we'll create events and then we'll come back. I'll say OTP, which is OTP authenticator, which is validate, right? Same thing, we don't have any event, we'll create event and come back here. For now, I'll just say, I've written login. That's all. So we have created these two pages, and we also need to create an email template that what email will go when the person receives this OTP in email. So first of all, let's go and create email templates. So in the template section, I'll say create email template. Email template is login via email OTP. You can give whatever name you want to give. Okay, user is the one who is going to whose data we want to use in this email. So I'll say login OTP. Okay, that's all. User, I don't know whether it will identify the user or not, but let's see. Here is your login OTP and the actual OTP value, which is email OTP. Thanks. So we have created the email template. So this email will go when person will ask for an OTP. Now let's go to events. So the very first event which we have to create is fine. Here we'll say OTP authenticate generate OTP, right? Because this is what exactly we need. So we are doing a login. So if we are doing a sign up, we'll just change it to sign up and the sign up flow will work, right? So the person's account will get created. As of now, we just login. So we'll say login OTP component. On which page the OTP component is, right? Select the page where you want users to land after verifying the OTP. After verifying the OTP, I think they'll log in, they'll validate OTP. So they will verify their OTP or validate OTP page, right? Email template is login via email. And so basically the page where they will go to verify their OTP, right? So this is one event. Another event is, one is generate email OTP and second is, so here what we'll do in the OTP, we'll say verify OTP, right? Because this is for verification. If the OTP is wrong, what we need to do, we need probably take them to login page again. Success, error. And if they are successful, then where we want to take them to, let's say if I am a project manager, I want to go to project manager dashboard. If I am developer, I want to go to developer dashboard and so on, right? You can give this for all roles. For now, I'm just trying with project manager role. So I'll just configure this. So this is good. Now let's go and bind these event to the pages which we have created. So we created two pages. One is login. So first we bind the event where we send the OTP and second where we validate the OTP. So this is the first page where we say login by OTP. In the event, we'll say generate OTP, right? Basically, send the OTP. Second page, we'll say validate the OTP. So this will bind the validate event. So select the form, the settings. Here, I'll say validate OTP. That's all. So I think this looks good so far. Let's go and publish the changes. So now I'll start from scratch. So this is the page to send OTP. So I'll put vishal@trapcode.com. So I am registered here as a user with a project manager role. So here is it, right? And this is all blank as of now, right? Let's say I'll just send OTP. So this will trigger an email, and now it has taken me to a validate OTP page. Now if I go and refresh this, I should have some values here, right? So now this is the OTP. Obviously we can see it from, because we are from the backend, but this can be encrypted also. So this is some expiry time, and this is an email OTP token. So assuming I don't know this, so let's go to my email and see if we have received an email. So the email is here. Okay, display images. So here, hi Vishal, here is your OTP, which is 290058. If I type wrong OTP, it will take me to the login page. You want to see? Because the email is long, so it has taken me to the OTP wrong. Now let's type the right OTP, which is 290058. Now if I say validate and login, it will validate the OTP and log in me as a project manager and bring me to a project manager dashboard. So I'm logged in, and now I'm in my project manager dashboard page, right? So this way we are able to create a flow where you can enable login via email OTP, login via SMS OTP, sign up via email OTP, sign up via SMS OTP. Everything remains same, it's just that you need to change the provider which you want to use to trigger email and SMS, right? And yeah, and you can actually see the data here, right? So now it is clean because I have already logged in, right? So it erases everything. So OTP is only for single usage. Once you used it, that no longer is valid. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.